Behold, to obey is
To
better.
what?
To obey.
To what?
To obey
Read.
is better than sacrifice.
Kill your ego and do what the Lord say do. Simple. That's what we got to learn. That's the whole premise behind the story. Read.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 7.
Come on.
A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak.
That's going to be a very hard skill to navigate. A lot of times we want to, say what we got to say right then. Sometimes it ain't good. And I'm talking about that can be applied on sister side, on brother side. I'm going to tell you a quick story. We all sitting around counseling, not counseling, but just around the leadership. And a brother stand up. He said, hey, situation came out. I got to stand up and say something. The officer said, hey, bro, don't stand up and say nothing. Let it go. He said, nah, I got to stand up and say something. Don't do it. It ain't the time to stand up and say something. So he did it anyway. And mind you, it's a whole bunch of, say, us officers sitting around. Officers are 80, 50, 90, all ranked men. We all should be skilled in this, right? So he get up and speak his piece. And so the leadership, I say leadership, meaning like the bishops and whatnot, started questioning him. And when he got done, he ain't leave out that room officer. It was done. He ain't leave out officer.
Damn.
A time to speak and a time to keep quiet. A lot of times we got to learn that. Read these scriptures, but when you mad or somebody trying to tell you something, you like, nah. That's what we got to slow down and say, let me consider this. Because we be so itching to say our side. We so itching to say why we did it. We so itching to get across, like the dude was saying in the video, well, let me explain this so now you'll understand why I did that. Nobody cares.
You think God wants you supposed
Hey,
to
make sure you subscribe. IUIC Mississippi on X, on Twitter, whatever they call it, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Bro,
make sure you subscribe to the channel. You see what's going on right now. We're out here trying to spread the word, to get the word out. So share and like it and comment.
I see you.
Shalom.
Can we pull a thumbnail up? Today's class title. And remember, we ain't just here to write down notes and put scriptures and highlight them. We ain't playing church. Some of us actually got to change. Oh, yeah, I'm getting warmed up now. Sometimes it take me a little minute to get settled in. But I'm telling you, it's going to be one of them ones. So get ready. Hold your wig and your head wrap. Brothers, y'all get ready. Ego, wisdom, and the wiles of Satan. Ego, wisdom, right? And the wiles of Satan. Believe it or not, you can bring it here. Satan uses these things that we battle against us, not for us. He is called the adversary for a reason. Let's Google ego, if we can. Let's Google ego. I want to just open up with that. That's a sneaky spirit, brothers and sisters. Ego is a sneaky spirit. I got to watch. We all got to watch. It's a sneaky spirit. And if you don't check it, it'll slip in, it'll come in, and whoop, gotcha. And once it gets you, you're caught. That's that. There you go. That definition is not the definition I want. Come down. A person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. We want that, of course. Have good self-esteem, feel important about yourself. But the ego I'm talking about is the ego that's so big to where it's like, can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm always right. I'm grown. That's the ego I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Anybody know? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yes? All praises. That's the ego I'm talking about. Matthew 18, verse 3. Let's open up with that. Matthew 18 and verse 3. And then y'all get ready to pull up that screenshot of Matthew 18 and 3 commentary. Y'all got that? Let's read that.
Yes, sir. Matthew chapter 18 and verse 3. And said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
So the Lord telling us right there, kill the ego, drop the pride, humble yourself. Kendrick Lamar had a song called that. Sit down, be humble. Some of y'all know it, some of y'all don't. If y'all know it, y'all know how the song really went. Sit down, be humble. We all got to apply that. Pull that screenshot up. Why you doing that? Read it again. Matter of fact, read the verse. I always do this. Read verses 1 and 2.
Yes, sir. Matthew chapter 18 and verse 1. At the same time came the disciples unto Jesus, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?
So who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? That was the debate among the disciples, right? Go ahead.
And Jesus called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children.
Except we be converted, except we change, and what?
And become as little children.
Humble ourselves, because like a child, you tell them, hey, the sky is blue. Hey, what is that? My son and my daughter, what is that, daddy? 100 times a day. What is that? What is that? You tell them, they just go with it. Oh, okay. So they learn it, and they just, that's the pot. That's the stove. That's the refrigerator. And they get it. That's it. Become as little children. Y'all pull a screenshot up for me.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 3 and 4.
Come on.
And said, verily I say unto you, what I say is an undoubted and most important truth.
So in Matthew 18, 3 and 4, this is, the commentary on it. Go ahead.
A truth which you ought not firmly to believe, but seriously lay to heart. Except ye be converted, turned from these worldly and carnal views and desires.
That's what it means to be converted, change, read.
And become like little children.
So that's the part I wanted. Becoming like little children, right? Become like little children. Read.
Free from pride.
From what?
Free from pride.
Ego.
Covetousness.
Covetousness.
And ambition.
And ambition.
And resemble them in humility.
Resemble children in humility. Read.
Sincerity.
Sincerity.
Docility. Disengagement. Disengagement of affection from the things of the present life, which excite the ambition of grown men.
Children ain't really worried about everything that's going on in the world. They just want to be, they just want some snacks, and they want to they want to play. They content. Get some kids some snacks and some playtime, they good. Everything else is just shiny and, hey, it's here and it's gone. They ain't worried about it. All right, the whole point is, when it comes to being like little children, it's free from pride, covetousness, ambition, meaning we got a power. I got to be numero uno. I got to be number one. Look at me. Look at what I did, right? Sincerity, humility, docile. You got to remember, Christ was a meek teacher for us. I'm trying to find the right word. He was austere and stern, but little children was able to come up to him and, hey, deal with him, right? So we got to have that same spirit. We can't be so, I'm just big and bad. I'm this, I'm that. We got to be able to take on these attributes. I think we got the point. All right, from there. When it comes to this fight, remember, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, right? The enemy ain't got to swing no sword at us, meaning the devil, Satan. He just whispers to us. He just whispers to our pride. Like he just, you have a thought in your head, hey, that wasn't a righteous thought. That's the devil whispering to your pride, whispering to my pride, right? All right, Proverbs 13 and 10. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 10. I got a lot to get through, so we're going to get through it.
Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 10. Only by pride cometh contention.
So when people get into a back and forth situation, what is in the midst? Turn his mic up a little bit. Read it again.
Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 10.
So when people get into a back and forth or strife, we kind of, have a little spat here and there. Go ahead.
Only by pride.
What's in the midst?
Only by pride.
Pride is in the midst. Ego is in the midst. Go ahead.
Cometh contention.
All right. Translation. If you always beefing with somebody, you always arguing with somebody, you always offended, or you uncorrectable. The problem ain't everybody else. Who the problem? You the one who always beefing. You the one who always in argument. You the one who always, got something going on. Who the problem? I guess sisters ain't involved today. This don't apply to them. Who the problem? Oh, okay. See, this finna take a left turn. It's finna go left real quick, but I already got it set up because I know how sisters are. I already got them in here, worked in here. All right. We got to understand something. The Most High, he don't negotiate with pride. He don't negotiate with ego. Guess what he do? He crushes, that's it. He destroys it. He crushes it. Sit down, be humble. It's a dude in the Bible who the Most High, he was a king. He made this dude grow long hair on his back, grow crazy fingernails. I got to find that scripture. Damn, I think it's in Daniel somewhere. I'm going to get to it, though.
4.
Huh?
Daniel chapter 4.
You know where it's at?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, let's get that. Let's get that. Okay. We thinking the Most High going to negotiate with your pride. Oh, okay. When he say do something, thou shalt not, thou shalt do this, thou shalt do that, he means that. And if we don't do it, he going to crush our ego.
Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men.
Read that part again.
This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
All right. The Most High rule in the kingdom of men. Like I said before, said all the time. There is no coincidence when things happen, right? Jump down to verse 31.
Verse 31. And they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be...
Is that it? Daniel 4 and 31?
Oh, excuse me. Verse 31. While the word was with the king's mouth, was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee, and they shall drive thee from men.
So the Lord took the kingdom from King Nebuchadnezzar. Follow the storyline. Go ahead.
And thy dwelling shall be with the beast of the field.
Where he gonna start to live at now? What did the Most High allow to happen to this brother? What did he say?
And they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field.
You ever wonder why somebody just choose to be homeless? Somebody just choose to go stay under a bridge? Sometimes everybody under there ain't just down bad. They chose to be there. They didn't want no responsibilities. They know hey, I like whatever I'm doing. I don't want to have no responsibility of no job. The pressure of a father is too much. The pressure of a mother is too much. I'm going to just be on drugs and live here. I'm just going to be here.
Bruh.
That's how the mindset be. So when he say, thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field, the Most High put a spirit on Nebuchadnezzar to say, you know what, dang, I got to leave my kingdom. I'm finna go out here and live with these animals. I'm finna be out here in the woods. I'm finna be under the bridge. The Most High put the spirit on this guy to go do this. Go ahead.
They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen.
What he made the king do?
Eat grass as oxen.
Uh-huh.
And 7 times shall pass over thee, until thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
So when the Most High wants to bring somebody down, if he brought down King Nebuchadnezzar, who are you? Who am I? Come on now. Read.
And giveth it to whomsoever he will.
Uh-huh.
The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar. And he was driven from men, and did eat grass as oxen. And his body was wet with dew of heaven, till his hairs were grown like eagle's feathers.
Ooh, no deodorant. You know he stink. Go ahead.
And his nails like birds' claws.
Ooh, didn't even have no fingernail clipper, no nothing. He wasn't biting them nails. You don't touch a nail for a while. They get real hard and crusty and everything. Oh, my God. Anyway, if he'll do that to King Nebuchadnezzar, brother, sister, he'll do it to us. He'll do it to me and you. Yeah, go ahead and pull that picture up. It's ugly, but pull it up. Go on, pull that picture up with them toes and them fingernails and everything like that. Read that line again. He said he made his nails to grow like what?
And he made his, till his hairs were grown like eagle's feathers, and his nails like birds' claws.
Ooh, ooh. Show the other one. Show the other one. His nails like birds' claws. Show them feet, them ugly feet that y'all pulled up there. Go on, show them toes. Y'all know some of y'all got to clip them toenails. Now, I don't like, anyway, I clip my toenails. I don't be trying to have my stuff look all crazy. Go on, pull it up. So imagine King Nebuchadnezzar out there looking like this. Jacked up.
We have to identify the sickness.
All right, go on and drop it. Go on and drop it. Let's move on. Let's move on for a sister get offended. I ain't talking about nobody. Brother feet be looking like that. Hopefully sister's feet ain't looking like that.
Message.
All praise. Y'all know it's a scripture that say you got to have pretty feet. I tell my wife that all the time. The Bible says, sisters, you got to have pretty feet. It's a commandment. Y'all think I'm playing? Hold on. Go ahead.
Sirach chapter 26, verse 18. As the golden pillars are upon the sockets of silver, so are the fair feet with a constant heart.
What color? I mean, what kind of feet?
So are the fair feet with a constant heart.
Fair mean look decent.
That's right.
Fair means, you know, they well kept. But since we're talking about Nebuchadnezzar looking jacked up, them feet popped up. So somehow we on the topic now. Judah 16 and 9.
Judas chapter 16 and verse 9. Her sandals ravished his eyes. Her beauty took his mind prisoner, and the falchion passed through his neck.
Her sandals ravished his eyes, meaning she had pretty feet. It ain't talking about the slippers she had on. It means she had pretty feet. All right, let's drop that. I'm done. Don't get me started. I can find some scriptures in the Bible now about a whole bunch of stuff. All right, so we done with that. So if the Most High will crush King Nebuchadnezzar's pride, what will he do to us? Let's go to Sirach 10 and 12. This is pride. Sirach 10 and 12.
Sirach chapter 10 and verse 12.
Come on.
The beginning of pride is when one departeth from God.
What's pride? Read it again.
The beginning of pride is when one departeth from God.
Or ego, when we depart from God. James 4, verse 6. Ego starts, I'm going to say it like this. Satan steps in when your ego is not checked. Satan steps in when our ego is not checked. James chapter 4, verse 6.
James chapter 4, verse 6. But he giveth more grace.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that definition over. That's the one I wanted. We should open up with this one. Yes. When someone has an ego, it usually means they have an inflated sense of self-importance, leading to behaviors like being arrogant, self-centered, boastful, or needing constant validation, often at the expense of others' feelings or contributions. This is the ego we're talking about, all right? And biblically, when we depart from the word of God, that is pride. That is our ego. We are self-inflated. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm grown. We're not coming to Christ as a little child. And believe it or not, Satan used these things along with adultery, along with fornication, along with lying, to take us out the game. To take us out the game. James 4, verse 6.
James chapter 4, verse 6. But he giveth more grace. Wherefore he saith, God resisteth the proud.
What do God do?
God resisteth the proud.
All right, Proverbs 16, 18. And y'all get ready to cue up that video. God resist. I'm setting up for something. I ain't finna run through 100 scriptures. I got some videos. You know, we're gonna show some things that the white man say maybe y'all don't want to hear from me. We're gonna get old Esau in there to say it sometime. Y'all get ready to pull this first video up. I'm gonna let you know which one. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18.
Come on.
Pride goeth before destruction.
Read it again.
Pride goeth before destruction.
So when a person is in a place of, you know, they spirit finna be destroyed. You can see they not listening. They don't listen to counsel. You try to give them advice. They don't take that. What go before they actually fall? Read it again.
Pride.
There you go. Pride. Stay with me, reader.
Yes, sir.
So
Pride
before a person falls, before a person go out the door, before a person decide to leave the congregation or whatever, you can't tell them nothing. What happens before that?
Pride goeth before destruction.
Pride, if we can catch the pride early, it'll save us a lot. If we can catch the pride early, it'll save us a lot. All right, open up with that. Go ahead and play that video. So we talked about pride. We talked about I'm grown, can't nobody tell me nothing, and all that type of stuff. So let's think about something. Let's think about this real quick. We all in here to get better, to change. And a lot of times change ain't easy. It's sometimes hard.
This is war.
All right? We got to make sure we understand that. So we finna watch a video clip on this particular subject. Go ahead.
What was like the biggest mistake you think you made during that panel interview that led to you being cut?
It's easy, without a doubt. The biggest mistake I made is that when people told me I did something wrong, I defended myself. Without a doubt, that was my biggest error. And for all the argumentative people out there who will die on a cross defending themselves, take it from me, just shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about your defense. Once somebody accuses you of something, whether they accuse you of being rude, or they accuse you of being selfish, or they accuse you of cutting corners, or they accuse you of not being serious, once they accuse you, the story in their brain is over. You cannot convince them otherwise. The best thing you can do is to simply
go ahead, play on. I mean, I stopped it, but I mean, let's take it to the point where you were talking to somebody, you say, "Hey, you rude," and they go like, "No, I'm not rude. I'm not this. I'm not that." It's like, okay, go back a little bit. So it's easy to to see it from their point of view, like what he's saying. You try to tell somebody, and this happens all the time in marriages. This happens all the time in relationships. I'm gonna touch on that too. So you tell somebody, "Hey, you always late," and they always got an excuse on why they late. You ain't asking for it. You go, "Why? You always late. Start being on time." So go back and play it. So let's just let it sink in now.
Somebody accuses you of something, whether they accuse you of being rude, or they accuse you of being selfish, or they accuse you of cutting corners, or they accuse you of not being serious. Once they accuse you...
Hold up. Oh, yeah, I'm finna get on sisters now. So somebody say, "Sis, you was rude to that sister." "Oh, no, I wasn't." Now. And everybody watching. Like, dang, she got the spirit. Ooh. Anyway, I'm going back to the kitchen. "Hey, shalom, sis, how you doing?" Talking to somebody else. "Oh, okay. That's how it be." A sister see another sister and say, "Sis, you wasn't supposed to do that." "What you mean I wasn't supposed to do that? My husband such and such. This is protocol." "What you mean protocol?" "Now how we supposed to do it like this?" "Well, show me we're supposed to do it like that." And they show you, like, I don't know where that come from. Oh, okay. Pride jumped in. The devil is in the mix. Play on.
Serious. Once they accuse you, the story in their brain is over. You cannot convince them otherwise. The best thing you can do is to simply acknowledge what they have told you and promise that you will learn from it. The people who succeed at CIA don't succeed because they're perfect. There were people who got certified by the panel who performed worse than I did throughout all of FTC training.
Listen to this part very closely. Listen to this part very closely. Go ahead.
Because when an instructor went up to them and said, "Hey, you f***ed this up," that person said, "I did. I'll work on it. I'll get better next time." Whereas when an instructor came up to me and said, "Andy, you f***ed this up," I'd be like, no. Let me explain what I was thinking. Let me tell you why I did that. Let me show you how smart I am. At the end of the day, nobody wants to work with a person like that.
All right. We got scriptures that break this down. We got scriptures on how to navigate ourselves when we feel like, hey, I've been accused of something. I've been wrong. If you feel like, hey, man, nah, they wronging me. Oh, okay. And now you got an explanation for every little thing. Take the correction. Maybe you are rude. Maybe you are, not a nice person. But we don't like to hear those things because we all want to. I'm going to tell you straight. I want to be perfect. Who don't want to be perfect? Oh, yeah, but we know we ain't. We know we ain't. We got stuff to work on.
He ain't lying.
I ain't lying. All right, James 4, verse 6. Nope, that ain't what I want. Proverbs 1, verse 5.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 5.
Come on.
A wise man will hear and will increase learning.
No, give a whole bunch of comeback. Read it again.
A wise man will hear.
So if we a wise person, right, and somebody come in and tell us something, what we gonna do?
A wise man will hear.
Okay, hear. Let's stop right there. I'm about to Bishop Yawasapia. When you hear, you listening, you're not listening to give a rebuttal. You're listening to understand what they trying to tell you. Read.
And will increase learning.
And will increase learning. Guess what a fool gonna do? Argue. But a wise man gonna listen. That's it. That's simple. Read these scriptures, but when you mad or somebody trying to tell you something, you like, nah. That's what we gotta slow down and say, let me consider this. Because we be so itching to say our side. We so itching to say why we did it. We so itching to get across, like the dude was saying in the video, well, let me explain this so now you'll understand why I did that. Nobody cares. Read that.
James chapter 1, verse 19.
Bring it out.
Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear.
Be what?
Be swift to hear.
They always got the old saying. I used to hate it, hear it growing up, but my grandma said it a lot. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. I like, why you always saying that? I get it now. Read it again.
Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath.
Slow to wrath.
For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of God.
We got to listen more than we speak. All right, we got to listen first, then, hear the other person. Okay, let me just accept it. Maybe right now, give me that in Ecclesiastes 5, a time to speak, a time to keep quiet. A time to speak, a time to keep quiet. So right now we're just going through, some quick cutters, some straight precepts and things like that. So, Ecclesiastes 3 and verses 7.
I'm
sorry, what is it? Verse, where is it at?
Verse 7.
Verse 7? Okay. No, it ain't verse 7, is it? Go ahead, bro. You read it.
Yes,
My
sir.
eyes getting bad or something. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 7.
Come on.
A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak.
That's going to be a very hard skill to navigate. A lot of times we want to, say what we got to say right then. Sometimes it ain't good. And I'm talking about that can be applied on sister side, on brother side. I'm going to tell you a quick story. We all sitting around counseling, not counseling, but just around the leadership. And a brother stand up. He said, hey, situation came out. I got to stand up and say something. The officer said, hey, bro, don't stand up and say nothing. Let it go. He said, nah, I got to stand up and say something. Don't do it. It ain't the time to stand up and say something. So he did it anyway. And mind you, it's a whole bunch of, say, us officers sitting around. Officers of 80, 50, 90, all ranked men. We all should be skilled in this, right? So he get up and speak his piece. And so the leadership, I say leadership, meaning like the bishops and whatnot, started questioning him. And when he got done, he ain't leave out that room officer. It was done. He ain't leave out officer.
Damn.
A time to speak and a time to keep quiet. A lot of times we got to learn that. So as I'm doing the class, I ain't talking about no one in particular individual or person. Trust me, it ain't about you. But guess what? If you're a spiritual person, like, yeah, it is about me. It's about all of us. We got to take it and grow. He ain't come out that room, no officer. I'm going to just leave it at that. We got to understand how to apply these scriptures. And that, in turn, is called wisdom. All right. Go back to, I don't know if we got Sirach 5 and 11. No, we ain't got to get that. Y'all got the point. 1 Peter 5, 6. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God.
Google humble. Google humble. We still on ego. We still on ego. That's all we on right now is ego.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him.
So when you look at humble, let's look at that. Humble. Go ahead and read the definition.
Yes, sir. The definition of humble. Definition 1. Not proud or haughty. Not arrogant or assertive.
So it's basically the opposite of having an ego. So when you humble, you're not proud. You're going to humble down to the word. Give me that in Ephesians 5:21. Because we always read, wives, submit yourselves, but sometimes we don't read the verse above. Keep that definition up. We're going to read that again.
Ephesians chapter 5.
No, hold on. Humble, not proud or haughty, not arrogant or assertive, meaning when it's not time to be that way. Read the definition number 2.
Definition number 2. Reflecting, expressing.
So reflecting, when you humble, It's called reflecting. You considering what you're going to say. You thinking about, hey, maybe let me reflect on my actions in the situation. Go ahead.
Reflecting, expressing, or offered in a spirit of deference or submission.
What? Read it again.
Reflecting, expressing, or offered in a spirit of deference or submission.
Or submission. That's a hard word for sister to accept a lot of times. 99.9.9.9999999% of the time. I'm going to tell you straight. But we're going to see what the Bible say. Go to Ephesians now. Ephesians 5.
Yes, sir. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21. Submitting yourselves one to another.
Hold up. See? We all got to submit ourselves one to another as, men in this governing body of Christ. Guess what? Somebody tell me to do something. Officer Gedaliah say, hey, I need you to do X, Y, Z. Okay, I got to submit to, okay, that's the order coming down. We finna make it happen. We got to submit to the word of God. Sisters got to learn how to submit to what their husband says to them. Read it again.
Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord.
Read.
For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church. And he is the Savior of the body.
So that submission goes on both sides. We got to submit to the Lord. Sisters got to submit to their husbands, their Lord. And that's how we all operate. Should be in theory. We just reading words on a page. But we're going to see. Give me 1 Samuel 15. Now we're finna get into one or two examples. 1 Samuel 15. We're finna get into some examples of not obeying, of not checking our ego. Start at verse 1.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 1. Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way, when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek.
What the instructions are?
Now go and smite Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
He told him to go and kill everything, the animals and all. Don't bring back no sheep. Don't bring back nothing. Kill them all, right? Read.
And Saul gathered the people together and numbered them in Telem, and 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah.
So he arming up. He finna go do it. Jump over to verse 13 for time's sake.
Verse 13.
Hold on. Start at verse 11.
Yes, sir. Verse 11. It repenteth me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he is turned back from following me. He hath not performed my commandments.
He have what?
He have not performed my commandments.
He have what?
He have not performed my commandments.
He ain't do what the Lord told him to do. But keep reading. Let's pay attention. Highlight that verse. If you following along in the chapter, there's some key verses to highlight. Go ahead and put a mark by that one. Read.
And when Saul rose up early to meet Saul in the morning, and when Samuel rose up early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set him up a place, and is gone about, and passed on, and gone down to Gilgal. And Samuel came to Saul.
So Samuel, right? Samuel came to Saul. Read.
And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him.
So what Saul say? This is the king who should have did everything the Lord say. Should have went down and killed everything, killed everybody. Read.
Blessed be thou of the Lord.
So this is what Saul's saying.
I have performed the commandment of the Lord.
How in his mind he thinking he performed it? In the verse above 11, read verse 11 again.
Verse 11. It repenteth me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he has turned back from following me.
This is what the Lord is saying. Read.
And hath not performed my commandments.
So the Lord is saying this dude ain't do what I told him to do. But in verse 13, he's saying, I did everything you said do, Lord. So how in the hell he got a disconnect in his mind? He thinking he did what was right, but he didn't do everything the Lord say do. Read verse 13. Read verse 13.
And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, Blessed be thou of the Lord. I have performed the commandment of the Lord.
So this dude obviously missing something. He missing something. Go ahead.
And Samuel said,
Sometimes, like with us, we think we on the right track. We think we got, okay, I understand. That's why communication is always good. We think we understand what's going on, and we really ain't got it all. Sometimes you got to give a person time to let the information sink in on them. It's like, oh, wow. You know what? Dang, I really didn't do what I thought I was supposed to do. I really missed what you was trying to tell me. Go ahead.
And Samuel said, What meaneth then this bleating of the sheep in mine ears?
So the prophet Samuel said, you did everything the Lord said do? Why do I hear these sheep? They bleating, man. They bleating, man. Y'all, some of y'all got some animals. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's the best impersonation I can do, damn it.
Bring it out.
All right, he said, why I hear these sheep bleating then? Because in verse 3, he said you got to kill everything. Ox, sheep, camels, and ass, meaning the donkey. Read verse 14 again.
And Samuel said, What meaneth then this bleating of the sheep in mine ears, and the lowing of the oxen which I hear?
Mm-hmm.
And Saul said, They have brought them from the Amalekites.
So Saul came back with his response now. Remember what the dude said in the video? Now he's trying to justify everything. He said, they have brought them from the Amalekites. Read.
For the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen.
We had an idea. We was going to keep them good-looking sheep. Read.
To sacrifice unto the Lord thy God.
And we was going to sacrifice them sheep. So he felt like his reason, his motive was justified. Right? He had a good justified reason. I ain't kill him because we was going to sacrifice him to the Lord. That's like you tell your wife to do something. And she's like, well, I ain't do it because of this. I had this idea. Well, that ain't what the hell I told you to do. We all been there. Or brothers, we might tell a brother to do something. Hey, we need you to stay and do this. Well, I ain't do it because I had to go do whatever else. Like, what the hell? What's the whole point of us having rank? What's the whole point of us having soldiers, officers? We need you to do this for the house of God.
That's right.
Can you do it? Nah, I got to go. What the? All right, we're going to find somebody else.
Man.
In his mind, he thought he had a justified reason. Read it again.
And Saul said, They have brought them from the Amalekites. For the people spared the best.
I want to make sure. Is everybody following along? Y'all got it? Okay, so he in his mind, he thinking, oh, we're gonna sacrifice these sheep. What was he supposed to do? That was the instructions. Go ahead.
For the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God. And the rest we have utterly destroyed.
So we killed the rest of them. Them ones that was lame, them ones that looked ugly, we killed them. But the ones that looked good, we was going to sacrifice them to the Lord. But guess what? When you sacrifice to the Lord, you also, when you brought the sacrifice to the Lord, the priests, the Levites would eat the sacrifice. After you kill it, sacrifice, and everybody, you know, the food would get spread around. So he probably had an ulterior motive in his mind too. The Lord said, nah, I don't want that. Read.
Then Samuel said unto Saul, Stay, and I will tell thee what the Lord hath said to me this night.
He was like, listen, you just stay here. I'm going to go pray to the Lord, and whatever he say, I'm going to tell you what he say. Read.
And he said unto him, Say on.
All right. He said, okay, whenever he tell you something, let me know. Jump over to verse 22.
Verse 22. And Samuel said, Hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices?
Do the Lord want you to do the sacrifices? Do we got great delight in that? Read.
As in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is
To what?
To obey.
To what?
To obey.
Read.
Is better than sacrifice.
Kill your ego and do what the Lord say do. Simple. That's what we got to learn. That's the whole premise behind the story. Read.
And to hearken then the fat of rams.
To obey is better than sacrifice. Read.
For rebellion is
What?
For rebellion
Ego, stubbornness, pride. Read.
is as the sin of witchcraft.
Is as what?
Is as the sin of witchcraft.
Read.
And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
Oh, that's a hard word right there. Google stubbornness. Stubbornness. Read.
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord.
Because what we do when we don't obey, ultimately, what are we doing?
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord.
When a husband tell a wife something, I ain't much got to relationship stuff yet, but since the sisters started some stuff this morning, we're going to throw it over there. Y'all in the spirit, sisters? Oh, they still out the spirit. Okay.
Bring it out.
Read.
He hath also
No, because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord.
yes, sir. Because
So
thou
when the husband tell a wife to do something, right, and she don't do it, she's rejecting what her Lord told her. Meaning say, okay, sis, you got to be in the spirit. You out of order. Do X, Y, and Z. When she don't do that, she's rejecting the word of the Lord. I always flip it back to the brother side. If we give orders and we say, hey, do camp over here, and we need y'all to go pass out flyers over there, and y'all go away on the other side of town, I ain't saying brothers in here did that. Y'all rejecting the orders from the leadership. The Lord ain't sent us over here. He sent us over here. But y'all say, nah, we going over here. For example, when we say, bruh, don't call that sister, delete her number, erase all the messages, do all that. You don't leave a door open for sin. If y'all don't do that, if we don't do that, we rejecting what God is saying. Read on.
he hath also rejected thee from being king.
The Lord will what?
Reject thee from being king.
The Lord will reject. We think God won't turn his back on us. We just seen what we had Nebuchadnezzar with some jacked up feet out there in the wilderness. All right, now he'll have us jacked up out there looking crazy. The Lord will reject us. And we playing games with the almighty power. Okay. I always say, I get scared easy. Remember that movie, that series, Scared Straight? I ain't got to go through all that. Hey, man, the Lord just let me have, once, oh, man, something, what, the power going out? Oh, Lord, something I got to get right. Or I just mess around and slip on something, walk in the house, you kind of slip, oh, catch my balance. Oh, Lord, let me get right. I get scared straight easy. What he said on the movie Life, when the bee came around, he said, oh, shit, I'm going to got stung by a bee. Oh, Lord, I got to get right. I get scared straight easy. I ain't got to have no whole, extravagant bad thing. I ain't got to get into a car wreck. I don't need that, God. Just, okay. We ain't got to go that far, Lord. I ain't got to have all that. But we, with our ego, oftentimes push the Lord to the limit. I think we got it. Lord's will. Go to number 16. When we don't obey God, men in the Bible who had egos, Saul had an ego. He didn't listen. We see what happened. Numbers chapter 16, verse 1.
Numbers chapter 16, verse 1.
Come on.
Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, the son of Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab and On, the son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men.
What they do?
And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown.
So these ain't just regular brothers, men of renown, famous brothers. Oh, this is officer such and such, captain such and such, right? And what they do?
And they gathered themselves together against Moses.
Oh, what?
Against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore, then lift ye up yourselves above.
So let's go back. Remember, Saul seemed like he had a justified reason for saving the sheep. I'm going to save these sheep. We're going to sacrifice them. God didn't say do that. It's always something in our mind to make it seem like we doing right. It's always something in our mind to make it seem like we doing something righteous. So read that part again. Go back to that verse we just read. You take too much upon you.
Yes, sir. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron and said unto them.
So they against Moses and Aaron right now. This is called contention. This is called strife. This is called, hey, we ain't with you. We're going to make it seem like we with you, but we ain't with you. Read.
Ye take too much upon you.
So this is they justifying. They thought in their mind, hey, you take too much upon you. You got too much of a workload. You ain't got to do all that. Go ahead.
Seeing all the congregation are holy.
We all holy. We all God's people. So they coming at it like we being righteous. Y'all following along. Go ahead.
Every one of them. And the Lord is among them.
The Lord is with all of us. The Lord is with the people. Every one of us is all righteous. Read.
Wherefore, then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord.
Why are you trying to lift yourself up above the congregation of the Lord, Moses? This is what these brothers are saying against Moses. Dothan, Abiram, right? Go ahead.
And
Korah.
And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face.
He said, oh, Lord, these niggas trying to start a coup. Go ahead.
And he spake unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, even tomorrow the Lord will show who are.
So you know in that scenario, they could do a whole movie right there just on that. Season 1 right there. Boop. Season 1 right here. The rise up against Moses of Dothan, Korah, and Abiram. That's a whole, we reading it, but a lot went on for them to rise up against Moses, for them to gather 250 men against him. This is a whole, what they call, a whole Game of Thrones right here. This is a whole, series going on. Now, what did Moses do? What did he say?
Even tomorrow the Lord will show who are his.
So now the Lord got to make a distinction. It done got so bad, word done spread, it's a divide in Israel. Read.
And who is holy, and will cause him to come near unto him. Even him whom he had chosen will he cause to come near unto him. This do, take you censers, Korah, and all his company, and put fire therein.
Go ahead.
And put incense in them before the Lord tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom the Lord doth choose, he shall be holy. Ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi.
Read.
And Moses said unto Korah, hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi, seemeth it but a small thing unto you, that the God of Israel has separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself to do the service of the tabernacle of the Lord.
Jump over to verse 19.
Verse 19.
Come on.
And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
So he gathering people against Moses. Go ahead.
And the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the congregation. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment.
What?
Separate yourselves from among this congregation.
Men who had egos, pride, puffed up. Y'all can go and put it up there. Pride, puffed up. Go ahead.
That I may consume them in a moment.
They gonna get consumed by the rage of God. Go ahead.
And they fell upon their faces and said, O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation?
Read.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the congregation, saying, get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram.
Get away from them. They let you know right there, you got to pick a side. Ain't no gray area. You got to figure out who's righteous and who's wicked. And if you caught in between and you ain't got no understanding of, well, I don't know, I don't want to be on nobody's side, I think they both right, God going to remove you too. Go ahead.
And Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray you, from the tents of this wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins.
Don't touch nothing of theirs. Don't go to their house. Don't try to get whatever they had. Don't touch nothing of theirs. Don't borrow. Oh, they finna die anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and get that TV. Nah, leave them alone. Go ahead.
So they got up from the tabernacles of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on every side. And Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives.
Their what?
And their wives.
Their women too. Read.
And their sons.
Their sons.
And their little children.
The little children. Everybody is about to get touched. Go ahead.
And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Lord has sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own hand. If these men die, the coming death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men,
come on,
then the Lord hath not sent me. But
he said, if they die a regular death, the Lord ain't sent me. But what?
But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord.
That's how you know the Lord ain't playing. He gonna make them die a strange death. Used to be a show called 100 Ways to Die. Am I right? Y'all know what I'm talking about? 100 Ways to Die. Some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. 1,000 Ways to Die. That's it. Some crazy stuff. Somebody used to watch that. Y'all used to watch that?
Yeah.
All praises.
Sir.
So we gotta understand. God, he just killed the whole world with the flood. Now he opening up the ground for people to fall into, like we see on the picture. It's like we think, I can't see it. I don't think that's going to happen. That's the mindset until it happens. Go ahead.
And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder and was under them.
Read.
And the earth
Put the
opened
picture up. I know you put it back up for this verse. Go ahead.
And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertained unto Korah, and all their goods.
That's it. That is it. How in the world we think we can play around with a God like this? Remember, these men rose up against Moses. Guess where it all started from? Pride, ego, arrogancy, all these things. We got to understand the Lord ain't playing. Some of us know these stories. Some of us still ain't got it to how we can apply to our lives, though. We can read these stories and it just be a story. Hopefully, all right, we all in here knowing we Israelites, right? We reading about our forefathers. You can tell some of these, oh yeah, this was a nigga here. If you really read, you oh yeah, this is a nigga here. Like Judas, how you gonna betray Christ? Judas, what you doing, bruh? Yeah, this is a nigga here. But we don't really take it and apply it to our life in 2026. That's the whole point. All right, from there, drop that. 1 Kings 12 and verse 1. Last example. Then we're going to transition. So we went over all them scriptures about, a time to speak, a time to keep silent. All those things, right? The Lord, resist the proud. We got to be humble. So another example of not being humble, not taking, counsel, not humbling down. Another example right here. 1 Kings 12, start at verse 1.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 12 and verse 1.
Read.
And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass, when Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt, that they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and the congregation of Israel came, and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous.
He said, your father made our yoke grievous. Go ahead.
Now therefore, make thou the grievous service of thy father and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee.
Make our serving a little bit lighter, and we will serve thee. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men.
So King Rehoboam, right? King Rehoboam. Read.
And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said,
So it's the son of King Solomon. Rehoboam is the king now. And he's consulting, getting counsel from the older men that was before him. Obviously, these older men got some type of wisdom, some type of experience. Read.
How do ye advise that I may answer these people?
So he said, hey, listen, how do you advise? Sometimes we just trying to, when we say counsel, it's just advice. Take it or leave it. It's just advice. Now he's asking, how do y'all advise I answer this people? Go ahead.
And they spake unto him, saying.
So they about to tell him. You know how people come up to get advice? Yeah, put the picture up. Some folks come up to get advice, but they already got what they're going to do in their own mind. It's like, just do what the hell you want to do in the first place. Don't come up here and get the advice, and you was going to go do it anyway. Like, hey, bro, should I get this job? Are you already planning to get the job? Yeah. Well, what the hell you want me to tell you? Do your thing, bro. You already got your mind made up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, read on.
And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever.
So what was the advice? Read it again.
And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people
be
this
a
day,
servant unto this people. See the people's needs. Serve the people. Unlike the politicians and whatnot, they always say, yeah, we're going to lower taxes. We're going to raise minimum wage. We're going to do this. Meanwhile, ain't nothing changing. Right? Serve the people. The old men are telling him, serve the people. Read.
And will serve them and answer them.
And answer them when they have issues or gripes. Hey, man, the police down here, man, they always messing with us, man. Talk to the police or whatever. Well, get the police in check. Whatever. I'm just trying to give real day-to-day for us, examples. Back then, I don't know, it probably could have been, hey, man, we ain't got enough sheep. Well, hey, man, we're going to get y'all some more sheep so y'all can have some more sacrifices. We're going to get y'all some houses set up or whatever. I don't know. Back then, whatever we had going on. Right? Keep reading.
and speak good words to them. Then they will be thy servants forever.
If you do this, the elder man said, they will be your servants forever. Everybody be in harmony. Everybody will be, you know, as one in the kingdom. Everything will flow smooth here. Go ahead.
But he forsook the counsel of the old men.
What this Negro do?
But he forsook the counsel of the old men,
Pride, ego. Read.
which they had given him, and consulted with the young men.
And consulted with who?
And consulted with the young men.
Never consult or get advice from your peers. Don't do that. When I say your peers, meaning you got a brother who been in the truth, say 10 years. You've been in the truth, 2 years. And instead of going to the brother who been in the truth 10 years, you go to the brother who been in the truth 2 years. And you talking and trying to get advice from him.
Wow.
Do that even make sense? No. But we do that sometimes. Read.
But he forsook the counsel of the old men, which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him. And he said unto them,
What did he say?
What counsel give ye that we may answer this people, who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter.
So what y'all say, my fellow brethren, my peers? Should I make their yoke lighter? What they say?
And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying,
So the young man said what?
Thus shalt thou speak unto this people.
This is what you tell the people.
That spake unto thee, saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us.
Mm-hmm.
Thus shalt thou say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins.
He said, look, man, I'm finna be harder than my father was. Read.
And now, whereas my father did lay you with heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke.
I'm finna make everything harder. All right, so when you jump down to verse 28 through 30, we end up splitting. That was the split. This chapter right here is the split of the kingdom. Northern kingdom and southern kingdom. All right, so it did not fare well with us. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 12. It ain't fare well with us. It ain't go good. So sometimes we can think in our mind, hey, I'm doing the right thing, but it ain't the right thing. Sometimes we can think in our minds, hey, you know what? I think I'm right. Everybody else wrong. I'm smart. I'm wise. I know the Bible. Okay. But we got to remember, pride is the beginning of all destruction. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto man.
So sometimes we think we right. Just like King Saul thought he was right. When he said, I'm going to save the sheep, he thought he was right, doing the right thing. Read.
But the end thereof are the ways of death.
Sometimes we think we right. Like a sister may say, well, you know what? I think it's all right to be a single mama. I can just be by myself. I ain't got to worry about no husband. I ain't got to worry about, kids running around. I can just drop them off at auntie house or whatever. So in her mind, she thinks she right. So she finna be a single mama, divorce her husband, whatever. And now, little do she know, Trump done cut the food stamps, cut the snaps. Now she got to go to work. Now she got to pull 12-hour shifts. Unless you want to have 6 different baby daddies and then put all of them on child support and get that check. Some women do that. Some women, I seen TikToks and YouTube shorts to where they say, hey, I got 8 different baby daddies. They all on child support, and I make $200,000 a year. I don't work. Okay, cool. That's going to be on you. Now, you will never be married to another man. He'll sleep with you, but he won't marry you. So it's sometimes in our wicked mind, we'll do things thinking we right. But what that last part say on that last verse? Read it again from the top.
Yes, sir. There is a way which seemeth right unto man.
We have a way that seem right in our minds. That's our ego. It seem right. Read.
But the end thereof
the end of it, the way we thinking is right. Read.
Are the ways of death.
What's the wages of sin? Because the way we thinking is about to lead us to not keeping the commandments. Hence, I want a divorce from my husband. Secondly, let's say a brother say, well, you know what? I want to keep smoking weed. Thirdly, another example could be whatever scenario. I can't think of one right now. But it ain't gonna be good the way you thinking. It is gonna lead you away from anything in your thought process that's gonna keep you from God, keep you from coming every Sabbath, keep you from serving God, keep you from wearing the dresses, brothers coming in, doing the work. Anything that pushes you away from that, that's the devil. That's your ego. That's pride. And the end is the way of death. Brothers say, hey man, this is too much. I can't do it no more. It's just too much. Like, hey, I need a break. I go to work Monday through Friday, I wake up early. Saturday, I wake up early. Sunday, y'all want to see a Sunday too? Oh God, I ain't got no time to sleep in. I can't do it no more. You know what that is? Pride, ego, and hatred. You wake up for the white man every morning and go to work. We say be here early for the kingdom of God. We got to go teach the Bible. You don't want to come in? Wake up early for your people? So you love this captivity. Read that scripture again.
There's a way which seemeth right unto a man.
It's a way that seem right.
But the end thereof are the ways of death.
It ain't going to be good the way you think. It ain't going to end the way you think. All right. Now, I better get a move on. Removing the ego out of relationships. Removing the ego out of relationships. Matthew 5 and verse 24. I often go to this one. Matthew 5 and 24. We finna make a shift now. We finna make a shift, talk about basically just relationships, husband and wives, and then how to fix a few things. Lord willing. Read that.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 24. Leave there thy gift before the altar.
Oh, I'm sorry. Start at verse 23.
Yes, sir. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there remembers that thy brother hath aught against thee.
Y'all get ready to get that first video, the first screen recording. I'll tell you which one. So this is right here, how to deal with and reconcile and gain your brother or gain your sister. Read it again.
Verse 23. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and there remembers that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift.
So to be reconciled, what do it mean to be reconciled? Make amends, to be on the same page, to agree with, be reconciled with thy brother. All right, 1 Peter chapter 3. And get 1 Peter 3. Is that what I want? I think it's verse 9.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 9. Not rendering evil for evil.
So in the process of being reconciled, we really got to drop the back and forth, right? Go ahead.
Or railing for railing. But contrariwise, blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing.
So talking about marriage, talking about being reconciled, not rendering evil for evil. Like I said, we transitioning now to ego in relationships, right? So, pull that definition up.
Reconciled or reconciling. To restore to friendship or harmony.
To restore to friendship or harmony. Read the next one. B.
B. To come to an agreement on or an answer or solution to something.
Settle, resolve. Let's settle this. Let's resolve this. That's the whole point. Now, pull that that video clip up that I asked for.
What can we do to actually repair our relationships, strengthen them, fortify them, solidify them, enliven them? One of the first things I often think about is accountability. It's actually not asking the other person to do all the changing. Somebody's going to tell me, but what if you've done that and it hasn't made any difference on the other side? So I just want that to be mentioned. In general, in relationships, we often get to a place where we think, you need to change.
Stop.
Here, I'm going to tell you what you...
Let's pay very close attention. I'm going to say it again. I know she got an accent. In relationships, we always kind of be like, hey, you got to change, not me. For us to work, you got to work on this. For us to work, you better fix this. Go ahead.
Do differently that would make this relationship better.
Go back a little bit, just like 4 or 5 seconds.
we think you need to change. Here, I'm going to tell you what you could do differently that would make this relationship better. And the hardest thing to do is to actually say, what can I do? Because if you change, it is quite sure that it will also create change on the other side, because we are interdependent parts. In a relationship, I start to do something which makes you do something, which makes me do something. It's a figure eight. But if I start to do something else, sooner or later, you cannot continue to do the same. If I no longer answer you when you say something, there's a good chance that at some point you're going to stop saying it because you don't get the reaction that you've been used to get. So there's no better way to change the other than to change ourselves. But that's not 100% thing. It's just a good principle to keep in mind. What is it that I can do differently?
See, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Now, she got some more that was good. We often want to change the other person by first saying, hey, you got to change. You got to do this. Then we'll be all right. But the principle is, like Christ told us, 2 Corinthians 13:5. I know you want to get a black highlighter and put that, black highlighter on this one. So, brothers, if you got a spouse that having issues, guess what? I said it last time. You got to make 10 steps before she make one. You got to make 10 steps of improving yourself before she makes one. I know it's hard. You got to make 10 steps before she make one. That's if you got a spouse that's trying, right? She trying, but she got a long way to go. It be like that. You got to show forth you're not a hypocrite. So now you got to stand on everything you say. You got to show forth that you serious about this truth. You got to be consistent in your patterns, just like I had to do. Just like we all have to do and continue have to do. Read that, 2 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. Examine yourselves whether you be in the faith.
No, examine the other person.
Examine yourselves.
You watching the class right now thinking, oh, yeah, I'm going to send this to my husband. Oh, I'm going to send this to I hope he hearing this part. Oh, I hope she hear this part. It's all right, brothers, if you want to share a class with your wife and say, hey, these are some talking points I would like to go over. I've done that. I do that every now and then from time to time. I would say, hey, I would like to talk about this, and this. You want to give context to say, hey, I think we, see, that's an inclusive word. Never say you. Don't take this finger and point it. You don't want to do that. That's going to cause strife. What the hell you mean, me? I got to watch this? Did you hear the part when he said this, nigga? Nah, see? Now we all at the spirit. Now we back and forth. We don't want to do that. So you want to always be in the spirit of gaining the other person. Sisters, too, you want to gain your husband if you're a righteous woman. Read that part again, just that first part.
Examine yourselves.
Know the other person.
Examine yourselves.
Don't black that out. Don't get a black marker and black it out. All right, let's go back to the video clip.
Thing I could choose that I know would improve the relationship because I've heard you or because I know us. And if I don't instantly walk out every time, but I actually stay and I listen and I pay attention, will that create something?
Stop. That's a hard one. She says something. If I don't walk out every time, sometimes sisters do that. Like, I can't deal with it right now. It's an emotional overload. It's just, I can't do it. Like, what we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. That's why they laughing. They know it's real. They don't want to address the issue. And sometimes, bro, you got to remember, it's a time to speak, a time to keep silent. Sometimes we just got to say, hey, you know what? Let's talk about this in about 2 hours. We're going to address it. Like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I'm good. You the one who got the problem. What the hell? Obviously, you ain't good if you coming across like that. You ain't good. So, brothers, sisters, whatever the situation is, maybe your husband, he don't want to, maybe you want to talk about something, sis, and he don't want to talk about it. And it's like you trying to get through to him, you trying to get him to see something or whatever. Guess what? Your power is you got to pray to the Lord, just like the foremothers did. You got to know your husband and say, hey, I made you this food. I made you a sandwich. Here go some chips and dip. How about that? That's something simple. I don't know. And then once he ready to talk, then you slide it in there. These are things we got to apply to make changes. But sometimes we just want to fight. We just want to Somebody will have to concede. Somebody got to be the righteous one in a relationship. That's all I'm saying. Do what the hell you want to do. Play the video clip. And these are all skills that got to be practiced. Guess what? You're going to practice it. You're going to mess up. You're going to go back. Now y'all back and forth again. You're going to practice it. You're going to mess it. Now y'all back. Somebody going to say, you know what? I don't want to go back and forth. Let's work together. Let the white woman say it. I don't know. Try it again. Play the video. Let's go on and play the video.
And if I don't instantly walk out every time, but I actually stay and I listen and I pay attention, will that create something rather than thinking about, all the good reasons why I should get out or leave in that moment? So this accountability piece is very high on my list, but there are 10 other things about what makes us work on a relationship to improve it.
And you talked about there how, trying to change the other person isn't necessarily the focus, but for so many of us, that seems to be the problem. The problem seems to be the other person's behaviors, their attitude, their approach to life, maybe their aspirations. I hear a lot of people say things like, they don't dream enough. They don't dream.
We can drop that one. Go to the other one, the very next one. Oh, y'all know what I'm talking about? I gave like 3 in a row. So go to the second one now. It's always about changing ourselves first. Not trying to change the other person. It's about changing ourselves first. All right. Play the other clip. I want to get through these before I jump back because I ain't got a lot of time. Y'all got the other one ready?
Believe that the way we live is right. The way we were brought up is right. That we want our partner to kind of follow suit. And I always give this very small example from my own home, but in my house, we used to eat, hang out, and then at the end of the night, we'd wash the dishes. In my wife's home, they used to eat, wash the dishes, and then hang out. And so when we got married and we started living together and when we were having friends over or whatever it may be, in my mind, we're going to eat, we're going to hang out, and then we're going to wash the dishes. And in my
simple
wife's
stuff. Hold on.
mind,
it's all simple, but you'll be surprised how this little simple stuff can turn into, like you finna say. Go ahead.
We're going to eat, now we have to clean up, make sure everything's clean, and then we can hang out. And something as little as that can cause so much friction and bad communication and feelings of, oh, you don't care about me and you don't love me and you don't appreciate me or you don't value the work. And there's so much that comes from something, and that's just a very small example. But it's interesting to me that in that scenario, we both had not created a new belief system for our relationship, but were operating based on 2 old belief systems that we'd simply adopted. Walk us through whether you agree, whether you disagree, whether you can edit that, reveal more to us about, I find so many of our challenges exist because we project our operating system onto someone else rather than creating one with them.
I like the way you call it the operating system. So I'm going to take a sentence that you highlighted and start from there. You said, here we were fighting about what's the right moment to do the dishes. But in fact, what we were talking about is you don't care, you don't see me, you don't appreciate me, you want it your way. And what you're highlighting here is something that I've actually talked a lot about in a new course that I'm doing on conflict, which is exactly that. How do you turn conflict into connection?
All right, let's pay attention real quick. A lot of times we can watch these things and want to, like we said earlier, change the other person versus changing ourselves. When the Bible says 2 shall become one flesh, our operating agreement is the Bible, obviously. You believe this, I believe this. Ain't no, okay, we're going to work in, harmony, and you believe in white Jesus, I believe in, Christ is black. That ain't going to work. It got to come under the banner of the Bible of us as Israelites. That should be understood. All right, now, in that, it's going to be little things like, Officer Gedaliah told me one time, it was like, hey, who cares if the tissue roll off this way or roll off that way? That's small, right? Or who cares if we're going to do the dishes like the example said, you're going to do the dishes right after we get done eating or do them later. It don't matter. It just don't matter. But if the husband say, hey, do the dishes, then that's you following what he say on doing the dishes. I'll do them an hour from now, my Lord. Is that okay? Oh, yeah, that's cool. Can you do them right now, though? If he asks you to do them right then, just do them right then. And then, brothers, if I gotta do the kids first, so I gotta do this first. That's small. That shouldn't turn into an attack, right? Let's play on. I don't want to get no strike when they put the video out, so that's why I jump in now. So let's play on.
what you're highlighting here is something that I've actually talked a lot about in a new course that I'm doing on conflict, which is exactly that. How do you turn conflict into connection? And one of the things I say is that it's not what you fight about, it's what you fight for. You were fighting for recognition, you were fighting for power and control, you were fighting for respect, you were fighting for trust and closeness. Underneath the fight, there are usually 3 sets of issues that we are actually fighting for. And that is power, trust, and value. So you don't value me. You know, I worked on this dish, on this cooking. I made this nice meal. I prepared. I tried to be kind to your friends, and you don't value me.
So
Once
true.
you've understood that, what is the hidden dimension that you are actually fighting for, the fight, the dishes, the when to do them becomes a lot more clear.
All right,
A lot more.
we can stop that one. Now, with that being said, we all understand the bickering, the back and forth, it really is small. Like when they say back in 1 Peter 3 verse 9, not rendering evil for evil, nor railing for railing. That's that back and forth bickering. Well, I did this because you did that. Well, you did this, but you ain't do this, right? All this type of stuff. And that can go on with brothers in the body. Some brothers may not be as close with each other. So these 2 brothers always got a rift. Or this brother show another brother more respect. So when you come around, he always playing with you. He joke around with you. The brother, it's always something between you and that brother. It's like he's got some slick sarcasm towards you. So y'all got to come to an agreement and say, hey, bro, what's going on? What's up with all the disrespect? Maybe you ain't got to say it like that. But it's a situation to where, hey, you know, we trying to be on the right side of things, but me and you, we always got an issue. But I notice when officer such and such come around, it's a whole different, you got a whole different spirit towards him, but you got a problem with me. Something like that. So with all this being said, when we read the scripture again, go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 15. And y'all get that last one ready. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 15.
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 15. See that none render evil for evil.
That's that back and forth. That's that, well, you did this, I did this. Well, you ain't do this. Well, I ain't do that. Read it again.
See that none render evil for evil.
And that can go to the point where, well, you made me mad, so I ain't cook no food. Then we got another level to it. They can go to a level to where, hey, I ain't giving that brother a ride because, I don't know, he ain't shalom me, but he need to ride home. Now you don't respond to the telegram when we asking for brothers, hey, can you get his brother a ride? Rendering evil for evil, right?
Damn.
Read it again.
See that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men.
And to all men, to all brothers in this gospel. Read.
Rejoice.
No, that's it. That's all I wanted. All right, is that last one ready? You got that last one ready? Go ahead and play that.
Yes, sir.
Your values, your style, your priorities, your way of doing.
I think we feel so robbed, or at least when I speak to people about this, they feel so robbed, as you said, of their identity. But also, as you said, people feel robbed of their power. That if I give in to this other person, my partner may be the more powerful one in the relationship. Or if I concede, then in the future when we're making decisions, they're going to think I'm going to concede. And often that is the case, that people get into relationships because they think the other person is submissive or conceding to them or agrees with them on everything they say. And then one day that person goes, wait a minute, I didn't realize I just gave up everything I care about for you. And so how does one learn how to practice that humility and giving up of power? Or is the solution a unified agreement, as you called it just there? What are we trying to unravel? How do we do that? Because I think that...
Give me 1 Corinthians 11. Now, when it comes to the power dynamic in the house, it's God, Christ, man, and woman. Obviously, but sometimes it ain't so obvious. It's a lot of power struggle, especially with the black woman being in Babylon. Sister still repenting. It is what it is. Brothers still repenting. Brothers got to get a lot of simp. We got to get a lot of that simp out of brothers. And brothers got to know how to move in righteousness. So when we understand the order, 1 Corinthians 11, you got what I want?
Yes, sir. The book of 1 Corinthians.
So a lot of these things be good as practical information to put in play, but we got to know how to filter it through the Bible. And brothers, we got to know how to apply these things, let's say, in a benevolent way. Go ahead.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. Every man praying.
No. That's it. That's the order. God, Christ, man, then woman. God, Christ, man, then woman. But that ain't the issue. We can read these scriptures all day, Officer Lavitt, but she still don't get right. She still be bucking. Okay, well, now we got to apply everything else we went over. How do we interact and have these conversations on not going back and forth? So first of all, we got to neutralize the back and forth. So you got to say, hey, are we trying to work together or are we trying to work apart? For brothers, if you having that problem, if we having that issue, that's how we got to come to the reconcile, gain your brother, right? How can we, what are we trying to do here? Real conversations got to be had. Are we trying to build or are we trying to destroy? You may got to say these things to your wife. You may got to say these things to get some type of, hey, resolve. And then once that's established, then we can go to another step. Then we can, work together and get in harmony. A lot of times we go over these classes and it's like, I'm going to watch it and then I ain't going to go home and apply it. Some brothers do, some brothers don't. Some sisters do, some sisters don't. All right, play the video. So when it comes to the power dynamic, I ain't want to forget this part. Sisters have power, but they don't know how to apply the power they have. I'm going to say it again slow. Sisters have power, but they don't know how to. What you mean, Officer Larry? They got power. I'm finna to show you. 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 6.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 6.
Start at 5.
Verse 5.
Start at 4. We got to do it.
Yes, sir. Verse 4. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit.
So if a sister apply this, have a meek and quiet spirit, that don't mean you say, well, I got to have a quiet spirit so I ain't going to talk. And the brother trying to talk some issues out. Well, I ain't going to talk. I got to be quiet. How are we going to fix the issue if you ain't talking? So sometimes sisters try to flip something on you, just, being crazy as hell. Go ahead.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of the meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of good price. For after this manner, in the old time, the holy woman also, who trusted in God.
Who did what?
Who trusted in God.
This is the power the sisters have. Have a meek, quiet spirit, trust in God. Apply some of these things. Go ahead.
Adorn themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
Well, I don't want to be in subjection. Well, do you want to keep having an argument every day? Do you like being angry? Some of them probably do. If they say, yeah, get the hell away from them. I'm serious. It ain't worth it. Insurance, it's already high enough, so it's like high blood pressure, you got to get these pills, you got to be stressed out. Just get the hell away from them. So if you apply these things, that's the power the sister have being in her role, like the man being in his role. Right? All right. Play on the video. I think it's one last thing I wanted to touch on that.
Or is the solution a unified agreement, as you called it just there? What are we trying to unravel? How do we do that? Because I think that...
But you just betrayed yourself in the question.
Okay.
Your whole question is framed in power terms. Concede, acquiesce, give in, loss of self,
and that's how people
loss
feel.
of power. Yes, some people feel this way. That is one frame for some people to enter into a relationship. But if I actually change the word power, I could go like this. In every relationship, you will find that there often is one person who is more afraid of losing the other, and one person who is more afraid of losing themselves. One person more afraid of abandonment and rejection, therefore more likely to acquiesce, to pacify, to placate, to say yes, until maybe one day not. And
All
one
right, stop
person...
it. I'm going to say this plain and simple. Brothers, you can't be more afraid to lose your wife than she afraid to lose you. That's simple. You got to be to the point to where if she just so hell-bent on being a dragon and you done did all you could, you done applied the scriptures, you can't be so afraid to lose your wife. If she go, you gotta let her go. I mean, if she don't want to repent, keep the commandments, it is what it is. And sisters, you feel like, oh, I'm going to lose myself. I'm going to lose my identity. Like she was saying, you just afraid to lose who you are as a woman. That ain't me. I can't lose myself. Sis, it ain't about that. Read where it say, and the woman was made for the man back in Corinthians.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 8.
Oh,
For the man is not of the woman,
yes.
but the woman of the man.
Read.
Neither was the man created for the woman,
So the man wasn't created to serve the woman. Read.
but the woman for the man.
So the woman in her role, she got to remember that. So when we applying these scriptures, if the sister in the spirit, she will understand this. It ain't about, sister, oh, I'm losing myself, or what is yourself if you thinking about that? Is it Babylon, America, or is it an Israelite woman trying to get the kingdom of God? It got to come to a crossroad sooner or later. What do you really want to do? With all that being said, we're going to drop that, go to Sirach 19 and 20. About to wrap it up. Sirach 19, verse 20.
Sirach chapter 19 and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of the Lord is all wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And in all wisdom is the performance of the law.
So to be wise, we have to apply what is being said. Read it again.
The fear of the Lord is all wisdom.
We all say we want wisdom. We want to be wise. I want to be, wise brother. Brother say I want to be, wise. Sister may say I want to be a wise sister. To be wise in those moments, in those scenarios, we have to apply what we know. Read.
And in all wisdom is the performance of the law.
Now go to Sirach 1 and 26.
Sirach chapter 1 verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
If thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments.
So we want to be wise, what we got to do?
Keep the commandments.
Knowledge is knowing the commandments. We all know the commandments. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. Woman shouldn't wear that pertains to a man, women wearing dresses. We got to keep the high holy days. That's knowledge, right? For another level. We understand the moon is the new moon is the full moon, right? And what do we base the full moon off of? I mean, I'm going to just say it. We get our seasons, spring, summer, winter, fall. We based it off of what? The moon. We base time off the moon. So that's knowledge, right? Some people in the world don't know that. Another example. Do the sun go around the earth or the earth go around the sun? They quiet on that one. Huh? The sun is the one that moves. But in school we was taught the earth is what moves. We all learned that from the Bible. That is us getting the knowledge of the Bible, reading the scriptures. Wisdom on these basic levels is applying that. Applying what we know. Okay, if strife finna stir up, let me just spit on that. Hey, a soft answer turn away wrath. It ain't about changing that person, it's about changing me. Read that scripture again.
If thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Lord shall give her unto thee.
Mm-hmm. Sirach 21 and verse 11.
The book of Sirach, chapter 21, verse 11.
Come on.
He that keepeth the law of the Lord getteth the understanding thereof.
Mm-hmm.
And the perfection of the fear of the Lord is wisdom.
Read that part again.
And the perfection of the fear of the Lord
To perfect the fear of the Lord
is wisdom.
That is wisdom. And the fear of the Lord is, read the first part.
He that keepeth the law of the Lord getteth the understanding.
That's it right there. Read it again.
He that keepeth the law of the Lord getteth the understanding thereof.
Uh-huh.
And the perfection of the Lord, and the perfection of the fear of the Lord is wisdom.
Now Sirach 6 and verse 32.
Sirach chapter 6 and verse 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught.
So sometimes we hear these things, we write them down, and we don't apply it. Read it again.
My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught.
That's us being taught. We hearing it, okay. We know the scriptures, okay. We writing it down, okay. Read.
And if thou wilt apply thy mind,
now that's the part we want. We got to apply our minds to do it. Go ahead.
thou shalt be prudent.
Now, drop that Proverbs 1 and 5. We're going to wrap it up.
Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 5.
Come on.
A wise man will hear and will increase learning.
That's it. Simple and cut. If we hear these laws, we understand what to do to fix our lives, to fix ourselves, which is going to make our own situation better. It ain't about, okay, I want to change this other person. No, it's about changing us to make our own situation better. Read that part again. That verse again.
Yes, sir. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels.
That's it.
Verse 5, yes, sir.
Go ahead to the next verse.
To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
That's the part I wanted. I'm going to just tell you, when you a fool, you ain't going to apply nothing that's being said. When you don't apply nothing that's being said, we just straight fools. I don't know why we here. When we don't apply nothing that's being said, we ain't applying the wisdom. We making our lives worse. We make each situation that each encounter we have, worse and worse and worse. And don't nobody want to deal with us because the ego in the way, the pride in the way, and we do not have wisdom. All right, Lord's will, we able to get something from that. Shalom.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.